All right, let's dive in. We're tackling spoken English today.
Sounds good.
If you're listening, you probably want to improve those conversational skills.
Right.
And we've got this podcast script.
Okay.
Totally packed with tips and tricks.
Awesome.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
Even if you think you know, you're pretty fluent already.
Mm-hmm.
I think there might be something in here for you, too.
Oh, interesting.
We're going beyond, like just basic grammar and stuff.
Right.
To really uncover, like, what makes a smooth and confident English conversation.
I like it.
Yeah.
This is cool. I think what's fascinating about this script is that even though it's designed for another podcast, it really dives into like the psychology of speaking a language.
Totally.
It's not just about, grammar rules and vocabulary.
Yeah.
It's about that feeling of, I can do this.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so interesting, I think, for every level of English speaker.
Absolutely. The script talks about this idea of like progress over perfection, which I think we all need to hear sometimes.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
I remember when I first started learning, I was so scared of messing up.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I barely even spoke.
Yeah.
And the script even talks about practicing in front of a mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Which, when I first read that, I was like, that's ridiculous.
Right. But think about it. It's like
Yeah.
an athlete visualizing their performance.
Yeah.
Right. You're getting comfortable with hearing yourself speak,
Mm-hmm.
and that builds confidence.
Yes.
And I think what they say about self-compassion in here is spot on, too.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we are our own worst critics.
Oh, tell me about it.
Right.
Okay. So once we have that confident mindset,
Mm-hmm.
the script dives into what it calls the building blocks,
Okay.
vocabulary and grammar.
Makes sense.
And it's not about memorizing lists,
Yeah.
We've all tried and failed with that.
Right.
So many flashcards.
So many flashcards.
So,
It's about making those words your own.
yes.
They use the word adventure here. And they say, instead of just defining it,
Yeah.
try using it in a sentence right now.
I love that.
Like,
Yeah.
I had an adventure trying to find that new coffee shop.
Perfect. Yeah. It sticks better that way.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I know, it's great.
Okay. I actually tried that the other day
Oh, yeah.
with the word serendipity.
Nice.
I felt like such a vocabulary superstar.
I bet.
But what about grammar? Does it need to be perfect
That's a good question.
for spoken English?
I think that's where this deep dive gets really practical.
Yeah.
It emphasizes basic grammar as the foundation.
Yeah.
You don't need to know every single nuanced rule to be able to hold a conversation.
Yeah.
Think about it. Even native English speakers
Yeah.
make grammar mistakes sometimes.
All the time.
Right. It's
Yeah.
about getting your message across clearly.
So true.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the confidence.
Right.
We're building up our vocabulary, our grammar.
Mm-hmm.
But how do we get that practice in?
Yeah, that's the key, right?
Yeah. The script has a couple of really cool suggestions.
Okay.
Immersion and finding a speaking partner.
Okay.
So immersion, it just means surrounding yourself with English as much as possible.
Yeah, think of it like learning to swim.
Okay.
You don't just read a book about it.
Right.
You got to jump in the pool.
Yeah.
So with English, it's like movies, music, podcasts.
I love it.
You're creating that environment for natural learning.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of diving in, they also mention language exchange apps.
Oh, yeah.
Which blew my mind.
Yeah, those are so cool.
I know.
Imagine connecting with someone in Italy,
Right.
helping them with their English while they help you with your Italian.
Yeah, it's like a built-in accountability buddy.
Yes.
And you're making a friend across the globe.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Okay, so we've got immersion,
Right.
but, they also say don't underestimate those, like, casual conversations.
Yeah.
Like ordering your coffee.
Exactly.
Chatting with a neighbor.
It all adds up.
It all counts.
It does.
Okay. We've got the confidence.
Yes.
We're building our vocabulary grammar. We're practicing.
We're doing it.
But the script takes it a step further
Mm.
and talks about fluency,
Okay.
which is more than just speed, right?
Right. Fluency is that smooth, natural flow that makes a conversation effortless.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the script hits on some really key techniques for that. Pronunciation, for example. It's not just about sounding native.
Right.
It's about being understood.
Yeah. And they even throw in a tongue twister.
They do.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Oh my gosh, a classic.
I dare you to try that 3 times fast.
Oh, I'm going to mess that up for sure.
Okay.
But tongue twisters are great.
Yeah.
They help you build muscle memory and refine those tricky sounds.
Totally. And the script also mentions linking words,
Mm-hmm.
which is where pronunciation meets fluency.
Interesting.
I kind of think of it like the glue that holds spoken English together.
Okay.
Instead of saying, can I have a glass of water,
Mm-hmm.
you might say, can I have a glass of water?
Yeah.
Subtle, but it makes a huge
That's
difference
it.
in how natural you sound.
Exactly. It's about understanding the rhythm, the musicality of the language.
Okay.
But even with all these great tips and techniques, learning a language takes time and dedication.
Yeah. Which is why this script talks about staying motivated.
Right. Because that can be tough.
Which can be the hardest part.
It really can.
Yeah.
And that's where goal setting comes in.
Okay.
Don't think I need to be fluent in a year.
Right.
Break it down.
Yeah.
Maybe this week you focus on learning 10 new words
I love that.
related to your hobbies.
Yeah.
Small, achievable steps.
It feels less overwhelming that way.
Exactly.
I love that the script also mentions celebrating the small wins.
Yes.
Like you ordered lunch in English and you didn't even panic.
Give yourself a high five.
High fives, yes.
Those little moments of success are huge.
They really are. They keep you going.
They do. They keep you going.
And they remind you that you're making progress.
Absolutely.
How do we make sure that learning doesn't become like a chore, though?
Right. We want to keep it fun.
Yeah.
That's where the script's emphasis on fun comes in.
Well,
They encourage us to think outside the textbook,
yeah.
Find ways to make learning English enjoyable.
I love that.
Think about your hobbies. Do you love music? Listen to some English songs. Try and sing along.
Perfect.
Are you a movie buff? Put on the subtitles.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the dialogue.
It's like sneaking in the practice.
It is.
I love that.
You're doing it without even realizing it sometimes.
And it kind of goes back to what we were saying before about language evolving, right?
Yes.
It's not about reaching like some perfect endpoint.
Right, it's a journey. And
Being done. It's like a dance,
yes.
not a destination.
Love that. Yeah.
Even native English speakers are always learning new words, adapting to slang, refining how they express themselves.
It's so cool.
I know. So no matter your level,
Yeah.
you're always on this exciting journey of discovery.
That's the fun part.
Yeah. Okay, so we've covered so much
We have.
in this first part of our deep dive.
I know.
We talk about building that confidence,
Right.
mastering the fundamentals, vocabulary, grammar, practicing like rock stars,
Yes.
and then most importantly, staying motivated.
Keeping that momentum.
But this is just the beginning.
There's so much more to explore.
Exactly.
I'm excited.
Me too.
One thing that really strikes me about this script
Yeah.
is how it weaves together, the practical side of learning English, but also like the emotional side of it.
Yes.
Like it acknowledges that there are going to be those moments of frustration.
Oh, yeah.
Where you feel like you're just not getting it,
Totally.
like you're hitting a wall.
Yeah, like it understands that feeling.
It does.
Yeah.
And by like addressing those things head on,
Yeah.
I actually feel more motivated, because it's like a reminder that everybody who's ever learned a language has felt that way.
It's like we're all in this together.
Exactly. It creates that sense of community.
Yes.
And I think the script also makes this really interesting point about language being constantly evolving.
Wait, so you're saying even native speakers are still learning?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Think about how much English has changed.
I guess so.
Even just in the last decade with social media, new technology. I mean, new words are constantly being added to the dictionary.
It's true.
Slang evolves like lightning speed.
That's a good point.
It's the living, breathing thing.
So it's not about being done learning English.
Yeah.
It's like about being open to this continuous journey.
Exactly.
That's actually really exciting.
It is.
Because it means there's always something new to discover, even for, native English speakers.
And embracing that ongoing evolution
Yeah.
is a key part of fluency.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it's not just about getting the grammar right,
Right.
but like understanding
Yeah.
the nuances of humor and slang and cultural references.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
This script, while it focuses on those individual skills, I feel like it also kind of hints at that bigger impact of speaking another language.
Oh, absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, think about travel.
Yes.
Being able to have authentic conversations with locals.
Yeah.
Or think about career opportunities.
It's about connecting with people.
Yes.
From different walks of life.
From all over the world.
Understanding different perspectives.
Yeah.
Breaking down those communication barriers.
That's powerful.
It is.
It really is.
And the script, even though it focuses on those practical tips,
Yeah.
I think it suggests this like transformative power of language learning.
It's not just about adding a skill to your resume.
Right. Yeah.
It's about enriching your life experiences.
And it's about stepping outside our comfort zones.
Yes.
Challenging ourselves.
Yes, absolutely.
And realizing that we're capable of more than we think.
You got it.
I love that. Okay, before we go to the final part of this deep dive,
Yeah.
I would love to hear from you,
Yes.
the listeners.
Absolutely.
What are some of your biggest challenges
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to speaking English?
Right. What are you struggling with?
What are those aha moments you've had while we've been chatting?
We're all on this journey together.
Yeah.
And, sharing those experiences can be so helpful.
Absolutely.
And so motivating.
It is.
Remember, every step, no matter how small,
Yeah.
is a victory worth celebrating.
High five.
High five.
All right, we are back for the final part of our spoken English deep dive.
I know, it's gone by so fast.
I know. It feels like we've been climbing this mountain of language skills.
Totally.
And now we're like reaching the summit.
We're almost there.
One of the things that I think is so cool about this script is how it tackles
Yeah.
those moments when you hit a wall.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's that frustration of feeling stuck
Oh, yeah.
or the fear of making mistakes.
It happens to everyone.
It does. I feel like they just get it.
They do.
Oh, but
I think what they're trying to say is
yeah.
it's okay to be imperfect.
Yes.
It's okay to stumble.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
Even native speakers
Oh, for sure.
trip over their words sometimes or forget what they're about to say.
All the time.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Happens to the best of us.
I think especially when you're learning a language, there's this pressure to sound perfect.
You want to get it right.
Yes.
But this script reminds us that making mistakes is part of the process.
Yes.
It's how we learn.
It's how we grow.
Exactly.
So true.
And they give us some really concrete tools
Okay.
for staying motivated when those bumps in the road come up.
Yeah, because they do come up.
They do. It's
Right.
inevitable.
Right.
Remember we were talking about those small achievable goals?
Yes, like learning 5 new words this week
Exact.
instead of the whole dictionary.
Instead of trying to do it all at once,
Yeah.
break it down. It
Yeah.
makes it feel so much less daunting.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you hit one of those mini milestones,
Yeah.
celebrate it.
I love it. High five yourself.
High five.
Order your coffee in English. Didn't even panic. Boom.
Yeah.
You did it.
Those little wins keep you going.
They really do.
Okay, but how do we make sure
Right.
that learning doesn't become a chore?
Yeah, that's the key, right?
Yeah.
We want to keep it fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the script's emphasis on fun comes in.
Okay.
They encourage us to think outside the textbook,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, make it natural.
Yeah, find those ways to make learning English enjoyable.
I like it.
Think about your hobbies.
Okay.
You love music.
Yeah.
Listen to English songs. Sing along.
Yeah, I love that.
Right. Are you a movie buff?
Yeah.
Put on those subtitles.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the dialogue.
Sneak in that practice.
You're doing it without even realizing it.
And it reminds me of what we were talking about before about language evolving.
Yes.
It's not about it's a process.
Yeah, that perfect endpoint.
It is. It's always changing.
Exactly.
It's dynamic.
Even for native speakers.
Exactly.
Wow.
It never stops.
That's so cool.
It's exciting, isn't it?
It is exciting. Okay. That brings us to the end.
The end of our deep dive.
I know.
We made it.
We covered so much.
We did.
From building that confidence, mastering those fundamentals,
Mm-hmm.
finding those ways to practice and stay motivated.
Absolutely.
But remember, the most important tool you have
Mm-hmm.
is your own unique voice.
That's what makes you you.
Yes. Embrace your individuality. Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Those are the best teachers.
They are.
And most importantly,
Yeah.
have fun with it.
Yes. We hope this deep dive has given you the confidence, the inspiration,
The tools.
the tools to take your spoken English to the next level.
To new heights.
New heights.
Yeah.
Go out there and speak your world.
Yes. And if you have any questions.
Or you want to share your own language learning adventures, we are always here to cheer you on.
Happy speaking, everyone.
Bye.